What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. Okay, so this is my Scott's Pro Vista St. Augustine grass back here. I've actually been doing some update videos for Scott, so you'll see that coming out here pretty soon, kind of like a 6-month update on the grass and what I've been doing with it. But as far as that goes, it actually hasn't had any fertilizer since January of this year. And as I'm filming this, we're in the back half of May now. So it's been well over 5 months since it's had any fertilizer. It did get 0.72 pounds of nitrogen delivered from the original test batch of Carbon X. And again, way back in January, you can still see it's holding its color very well. But part of that is because we've been getting some free nitrogen from lightning storms lately, and this has been sucking it up. Now, I did also apply some RGS here about 2 months ago or so, but other than that, it hasn't had anything except some mowing. But I definitely think it's time for me to go ahead and kick it up a notch here, especially because we're coming into our fertilizer bans here in a couple of weeks. I want to go ahead and get some dosage in here, get this thing nice and silvery dark blue so I look good during the summer. Now, one of the things we talked about in the podcast recently was, hey, if you have a waterway behind your house and you want to reduce the risk of runoff into your waterway, what are some strategies you can employ that would help with that? And I'll link in the description below to that podcast so you can listen to it, because I gave a bunch of tips on it, but the biggest tip I can give you is the one that I'm going to employ today, and that is to switch to liquid fertilizers. That's because liquid is literally the smallest particle you can get. So if you want something to get into the soil quick, you want the smallest particle you can get, and that's a liquid. Couple that with the fact that you do get some foliar intake, as well as this product is juiced with the RGS, the sea kelp, and the humic acid. This is going to be a really fast working product, and it's a very low use rate as well. So we're going to go into the math in a minute, but we are using the low rate, which is 12 ounces per 1,000 square feet. And what that's going to deliver is 0.18 pounds of nitrogen per thousand. Now, you guys will remember, normally I'm recommending between 1/2 and 3/4 pounds of N per thousand. This is really low, 0.18, not even 1/4 pound of nitrogen per thousand. And that's one of the advantages we get with this product. Because it's juiced with the humic acid, that's going to help to chelate the nutrients and make them go further, is the best way I can say that. As well as we do have some iron riding along here to give us a little blue pop. So one of the best reasons to keep a lawn journal is because you only have to really do the math once and you can refer back to it. So let me just show you how we arrived at that 0.18 pounds of nitrogen per thousand. Back when I did these calculations, I was actually running a higher rate of 15 ounces per thousand, but we can still use the math here. In order to understand pounds on the ground of nitrogen with a liquid, you have to first convert volume into weight, and that'll always be on the product itself. It'll tell you how much it weighs. So you can get the weight however you want. Here's one of the 1 gallons, and you can see here 1 gallon net weight 10.5 pounds. That's the weight of the liquid volume, is 10.5 pounds. If you have the 2.5 pounder, you can see the same thing here, and you can see that a 2.5 pounder weighs 26.25 pounds, but it's all the same. Math is math. So we know that 1 gallon is 128 ounces, and again, our net weight of the 1 gallon is 10.5 pounds, because we got it right off of there. 10.5 divided by 128 ounces means that each ounce weighs 0.082 pounds. 0.082 pounds is how much each ounce of product in here weighs. Physically, each ounce physically weighs 0.082 pounds. And that's what you need to know. Each ounce weighs 0.082. Don't worry about this down here. I'm going to show you in a second. So 1 ounce weighs 0.082. That's the simple math you do. So now remember, back over here with what we're doing today, my goal is to get down 12 ounces for every 1,000 square feet. So how much is that going to weigh? Well, 12 times 0.082, because I want to know how much 12 ounces of this is going to weigh. So then that means then for the 12 ounces that I'm going to put across a 1,000 square foot area, that's going to weigh 0.98 pounds. So 12 ounces weighs 0.98 pounds. Now, Alan, how do you get the nitrogen? That's what these numbers here are. The 3 numbers on any fertilizer, 1801 in this case, is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, but we care about nitrogen. Nitrogen drives the bus. Nitrogen turns the lawn green. Nitrogen is what's going to help the lawn get thicker quicker. So 18% is what that stands for. This product is 1% potash or potassium, it's 0% phosphorus, and it's 18% nitrogen. So that means then that this 12 ounces of product that I've literally taken out of here that I'm going to put across 1,000 square feet, that 12 ounces of product weighs 0.98 pounds. So that means then that 0.98 times 18%. So I've got 0.98 pounds of this product, and 18% of it is nitrogen. That's what they're telling you, that 18% of everything inside of here is nitrogen. So now we can just do the simple math then. If I've got 0.98 pounds of this product and 18% of that is nitrogen, we take 0.98 times 0.18 because that's 18%. And what do we get? 0.176. So we're going to round that to 0.18. So 0.18 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000. So that's your calculation. I'll send this out in an email this week as well. All written instructions, because I always like to do that to really help you double down on the knowledge so you can look at products yourself and understand, what am I actually getting? Never forget, nitrogen drives the bus. That's what you care about most, is the nitrogen. That's what's going to turn the lawn green. So if you learn how to do this math on your own, you can calculate any liquid product and understand how much pounds on the ground nitrogen am I getting. Now I'm going to go take some before pictures here, but before I do that, I want to let you know, people always ask, hey, should I cut the lawn before I fertilize it? And as a general rule, when you're using a liquid fertilizer that does have some ability to absorb through the leaves, you probably shouldn't cut the day before. I've cut 3 days ago now. Now this is a slow grower here anyway, but I got a little bit of growth. I can see that the leaves are just standing tall. I'm well irrigated. That's one thing for sure. You probably don't want to put any fertilizer on a heat stressed lawn ever, but it's well irrigated. The blades are standing fat and tall. They're ready to receive whatever they can. And then I'm going to go ahead and water the rest in. Now we're going to use a hose end sprayer here, and I'm going to use a chameleon hose end sprayer, which is one of the options that I recommend in all of my books and guides and all that kind of stuff. You can definitely tell it's been a couple days, see, because the edging isn't quite as crisp. So yeah, let it grow out for a good, you know, couple 2 or 3 days before you fertilize with the liquid overbiter. So I just did a quick walk around my land because I have not fertilized this in a while. So I just wanted to get kind of the feel of it. Now before we execute, let's just go write the plan out just so we feel confident about everything we're doing today. Okay, so let's just go over this real quick, keep it nice and simple. This is the product we're using. This is a liquid lawn fertilizer 1801 Greene Punch. 18% nitrogen, 1% potassium, potash, and no phos. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick though using another product, which I don't know if you can see down there, 700 Green Effect. We will put that product on display in a week or so because I'm going to show you how to use that as an extender. I'm coming up into my blackout period here, so I need an extension, but that's what that'll be. So for now though, I want to show you the results you're going to get with Greene Punch all by itself. So I'm doing the back lawn. Now my back lawn, again, I have a property map. I can't stress this enough. Always have your property map that you can refer back to. And it's a 2,000 square foot area here. This is the rear yard. So with that, then I'm going to do a 12 ounces per 1,000 rate. The way I got that is right here on the label. Apply at a rate of 12 to 18 ounces per 1,000 square feet. So I'm going to go with the very lowest rate because, again, I want to show you guys what this product will do, which is 12 ounces per 1,000. And we are using a hose end sprayer, which I'll show you the easy way to do that. So if my rate is 12 ounces per 1,000, that means I need 24 ounces to cover my back lawn there, which is 2,000 square feet. So I'm going to load 24 ounces of product in here, and then I'm going to fill the rest up with water. This is a 32 ounce tank, so it'll be 100% full. 24 ounces of concentrate goes in, and then the rest gets filled with water, and then the entire tank gets sprayed out evenly across my area here, which is 2,000 square feet. So I've got my product preloaded. I'm going to set this to a low setting, 4 ounces. And I'm just going to take a nice leisurely walk across the lawn. Just watch the tank emptying as you spray and use logic and intuition to get an even coverage across the entire area. So more than likely, after you walk the entire area, you may have some left over in the tank. If that's the case, just top it off with more water and then take that amount and spray that out evenly across the lawn. So you just walk it again and get that leftover out as evenly as you can. Now, by this time, you're a little bit more experienced, and if you want to adjust the flow rate, I adjusted up to an 8, so now I can walk a little bit faster to get this second application done. Either way, you gotta trust me that once you get out and start spraying this, you're gonna understand it. It'll come naturally to you, and your common sense will take over, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. good news is we're using a low rate here, so if you do happen to over apply by going a little heavy, no problem. Just make sure you get it watered in, which is a good idea to do anyway. The question always is, should I water the application in? And I say yes, go ahead and get a little water in. You don't have to, but if you can get a little water on it to get it a little deeper in the soil, that's always a good idea. And then of course in the end, you'll always have a little bit left, and as I learned from my friend Jake the Lawn Kid, just put a little water in there and dump that on your favorite plant. What's up, y'all? Happy Sunday Fun Day. So I wanted to just put a quick bow on this, and the first thing I wanted to tell you is, listen, I realize that these hose-in sprayers that we have, they're finicky. They're not the best equipment, and they don't always spray the product out very easily, especially the 1801. I don't want you to think I go through this flawless. I actually did have a couple challenges with the Chameleon that I didn't have before. I just had to shake it a little bit, had to unclog the line once or twice. That's gonna happen. I will tell you that I am always looking for a higher quality hose-in sprayer. So if you're somebody out there that manufactures, makes, designs high quality hose-in sprayers that can really push some product, I mean, I want something that's like gonna suck to blow like Mega Mate. I want something like that. If you've got that, please give me a call. Either way though, if you're spraying the products and you do have challenges, just realize you're not the only one. Just get through it, just work your way through it. You'll figure it out and everything will get down fine. The idea is to get that product down on that lawn, and if you have to do another app in a week or so, well, ain't gonna hurt nothing. Just spray and pray, you'll be fine. The second thing is I am gonna send out an email blast this Tuesday. Click the link in the description below if you're not signed up for the free email. It will support this video, and not just about the 1801 Greene Punch, but I'm gonna tell you exactly how to calculate nitrogen from liquid products. I'm gonna show you all that in writing so you have a reference guide that you can use for any liquid product that you might choose to use. So with that, I hope that this video has been helpful to you. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday afternoon, and as always, I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. I'll see you in the lawn.